Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Disney Sorcerer's Arena video. Now this game is a great game and I'm having a lot of fun, but I do have some suggestions and we're going to talk about my top 5. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So, Disney Sorcerer's Arena, fantastic game. I love working on my characters and building up my rosters, but I do have some suggestions, and like I said, we are going to go over my top 5. So let's go ahead, get right into it. So number 1 is going to be raids. So something that brings alliances or clubs together. Now, we do have Club Conquest, we do have that. But I think some sort of PvE type content in a raid, I don't know, there's just something about it. Getting the alliance together or the club together, strategizing and figuring out how we're going to get through this raid. Like a puzzle, not necessarily through Club Conquest where you're going in there and you're just battling against different teams and the team that wins the most wins. Really something that you need to strategize around. And when I take a look at raids, and I'll go off of my 2 most recent experiences, Marvel Strike Force and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Been a lot longer time since I've played that one. However, when we take a look at raids there, they approach raids very differently. Marvel Strike Force, the raid there is you're working through the raid, getting all the way to the end, so you can, and the further you get, the more rewards you unlock, and it's node after node after node after node, like you would in any other part of the game, working through nodes. Similar to what we're doing here in Club Conquest, where you're just working through nodes in Club Conquest, and it's the same battle format, right? You take a look at Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and we'll take a look at the Rancor. I don't have experience with all of the raids that they do over there, so I know Rancor, I think, is probably one of the first ones. You get in there, and you get your team. The battle strategy is the same, but you have your team, and you're going up against a Rancor, right? You got this door. I think there's a strategy there where you destroy a panel, and that door comes down. He hits the ground, gives you some extra attacks, or he takes some extra damage. I don't know. I just think that mechanic there is very cool, versus going in and doing node over node over node over node like we are in many aspects of this game. So that would be something very cool. Again, bringing the alliance together, strategizing on how we're going to beat this big bad. And I mean, you can take a look at all the big bads across Pixar and the Disney universe. There's a lot there that you can pick from. So I think that would be a cool opportunity to add something neat and something fresh, I think, to the game. Next is a scalable type PvP. So we have tournament and we have arena. My challenge with that is you're always having to use your best of the best tunes in your roster. If we have some sort of scalable PvP, again, go off of recent experience of mine, Marvel Strike Force, they have this blitz mode where you're always starting off with very low power level teams. So you can use the lower end of your roster, and as you continue to work yourselves up through Blitz, you hit more and more powerful teams, and then you have to start using your stronger teams as you work your way up. But you're able to use your entire roster, and I think in these types of games, having an opportunity, especially when you have such a deep and rich universe like Disney and Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, things like that, having that kind of game mode to where you can use your entire roster and you can mix and match in all sorts of things with the team compositions, I think is awesome, because you get to play characters that you don't necessarily get to play when you do the raids, or when you get into those high level areas of arena and tournament and things like that. Or, you know, you start going against stronger and stronger people in Club Conquest. You're always having to use your best of best characters, your best of best teams, and a lot of your characters tend to get left behind when they're not seen as characters that you really need for these other game modes, or not as effective, or not as synergistic. So some sort of scalable PvP I think would be awesome, because I think it'd be great to go in there and play Monterey Jack in some of my teams, or some of those other characters that are just kind of sitting there at the bottom of my roster that I'm not really doing a lot with, because it then gives you the sense that you are really playing everything that's available to you. So scalable PvP, I think, would be absolutely awesome. Next, arena. So if we go into arena, one thing I do, I would like to see here is something that really draws us in and pulls us back and really wants us to get into arena. Because once you start getting towards the higher end of arena, maybe you got Robin Hood maxed out, maybe you're sitting up there at the very top end and Grand Champion for arena. The only incentive to come back here is open up this pack. And if you're at that level, the pack, you don't really get a whole lot out of it, to be honest with you. But you go in here and you get your pack every single day. Back in beta, we had, I want to say it was around October, and there was a Nightmare Before Christmas themed arena, which I thought was cool. You go into arena here, and you were in that, in the movie, that circle of trees with all the different holidays marked on those trees. That was kind of this stage here where you can see all of your characters and you build your team and then you go into battle. And on the battlefield, it was Nightmare Before Christmas themed. Also, they did one with Steamboat Willie or Steamboat Mickey in here. And it was a black and white arena, and you were going into that arena to unlock Steamboat Mickey. In the Nightmare Before Christmas, you were unlocking, I believe it was Oogie Boogie and Jack Skellington. You're also working towards the skin for Oogie Boogie, the fluorescent skin. So something like that draws you in. Hey, here's a character that you're probably going to want. And even if you don't want, you want to add to your roster because you want a complete roster. And so you're going into arena. You're doing the battle so you can unlock these characters and level them up and things like that. So something in arena here that really pulls us in and makes us want to be there, rather than kind of an autopilot type thing. I love the real-time PvP and everything in arena. I think it's great. I just think it's missing something that really kind of draws us in that we did see in beta. I think the rewards need to be tweaked a little bit to scale those rewards up just a little bit. Again, making it worthwhile to really come in here and spend your time in here. And that's again something that I missed from beta. I thought those themed arenas were really cool. All right, next is going to be Club Dungeon. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. So Club Dungeon, you're going in here. Now, one thing Club Dungeon does do is it does allow you to use some of those lower level characters in your roster. And I've used it for that, but you can only do that once. And then once the bottom end of your roster builds up just a little bit, you're going to blow through, I don't know, the first half of these battles in here. So if we take a look at Club Dungeon, we're going to go ahead and just go all the way down. Once you get down here and you got 20, if you hit the 20th battle here and you still have time within the timer here, once you complete that, you're done. You can't contribute any more to your club quests. You can't collect any more club coins. So what you have to do is you have to just intentionally lose those battles 5 times a day if you're VIP, 4 times a day if you're not, so that you can continue to collect those coins. And then when it's about to expire, you go in and then you complete that so you can get your rewards. When you go all the way down and you beat the 20th one, there's your rewards there. I think here also there's an opportunity because with the updates that they did with the exchange, you have so many more things that you could purchase out of the exchange for club coins. Well, for most of them anyway, all of them. These rewards I don't think really scaled. So you get 2,000 coins. You're building them up as you're beating the different battles, sure, but I don't think it really scaled up much because there is so much in that exchange that you're going to want. So I think the rewards here need to be scaled up just a little bit as well. So and then I think for that 20th battle, 2 easy fixes. Number 1, you can add additional battles. You can add, go up to 30 or go up to 40. Or just make the 20th one, just allow us to be able to just, beat that over and over and over and over. Easy fix there. At least from my mind. I'm not a developer. But from my mind, it seems like it'd be kind of an easy quick fix, at least for right now, until, I don't know what the plans are for Club Dungeon down the road or whatever. But something like that I think would be good. So Club Dungeon, I think, needs a little bit of a tweak. All right, so that is for the final one. Now, Sorcerer Stones. When we take a look at Sorcerer Stones, there are 7 of them. We do have a new one here that just got introduced. So we had Sorcerer Stone Trial 1 and Trial 2 now. And then we're gonna, I'm assuming we're gonna have at least one more, right? So the first one needed Wilds. This one needs Mythical. And then as we discussed, actually, I think I'm not sure when I discussed it, but that third one probably is gonna use Oceanic, right? We don't know the frequency of these. We don't know how often they're going to come out, but we do know that you need to be in here more than just once every few weeks or every month in order to build up your Sorcerer Stones and get them leveled up from the chipped to the flawed to the normal, because it takes a ton of upgrade materials. You can unlock the chip ones pretty easy because you can go in here and then you go through these and you can get 1,000 of these coins actually fairly easy. But when it comes to upgrading, you need so many of the upgrade materials that you need to farm. It takes more than one time around to get enough material to level up one of your stones or to, you know, improve one of your stones. Also, it's very much RNG. You don't know which upgrade material you're going to get. It's a chance to get these right here. And even when you max this out up to Spectral Standoff 5, it takes, what was it? I think it was 300. Hold on, let's go into here. Take a look at one of these stones. So right here, it takes 100. Takes 100 of those in order to upgrade this one here. So of these upgrade materials, plus you need 3 of those chip stones, and then 50,000 gold. So what am I getting at? I don't know the plan for Sorcerer Stones. I don't know the cadence. I don't know how often they're going to come around. But to me, it just seems that it would fit better if it was put into summoner challenges and it was assigned a day of the week, like everything else here. You know, I mean, all of our upgrade materials and everything are in here. Everything that you need to upgrade your characters, you get a little bit of gold as well. You get your runes in there. Runes, that's another one. I could do a whole video on runes. But at least, you know, we've got a little tangent, but at least we've got these assigned to a day of the week, plus there's an event that comes around for it. So for Sorcerer Stones, maybe keep these Sorcerer Trials, but throw them into Summoner Challenges as well, or just throw them into Summoner Challenges and add them to different days of the week so that we can go ahead and farm them, we can prepare for them. Because you need a lot, and then once you start getting further and further in this game and you go against players who have maxed out offense gems or speed gems or defense gems or whatever, it does get pretty difficult to try and to continue to climb that ladder if you just can't get your Sorcerer Stones upgraded and things like that. So there are my thoughts on Sorcerer Stones. Again, something very new in the game. Maybe they're thinking about this. I don't know. But just a suggestion that I have. All right, everybody, that's what I had. That is my top 5. So just to run down the list again, raids I think would be great. Something like Rancor would be awesome. Scalable PvP, something like Blitz in Marvel Strike Force that allows you to use your entire roster, I think would be fun. Themed Arena, something in Arena that would really draw you in and make you want to jump into Arena. Characters, things like that. Like, again, Steamboat Mickey and Nightmare Before Christmas I thought was awesome. Updating the dungeon, I think there's some opportunities there to scale up some rewards, or just make it a little bit better to hit that 20th battle, so you're not having to give up points for your club or having to purposely lose that battle. And then finally, Sorcerer Stones, I think those are going to be important in the game. I do like the fact that you can only use one, so you have to strategize and determine what's going to work best for you depending on who you're going up against. But adding those into Summoner Challenges, I think would be awesome. All right, so those are my thoughts. Those are my top 5. Very interested to hear your thoughts. What's the one thing? What's the one thing that you'd like to see in the game, or an update to the game, or give me your top 5? Let me know. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.